Hello, fellow gamers. Panther back. And it's been a while since I've done a rant video. I've been busy with the podcast, our weekly game, busy gaming, busy working, busy doing everything. But it's time to get back and rant. What the fuck is wrong with the gaming community? It's always kind of been, full of trolls and people that like to, just kind of be edgy and I don't know, kind of hate on certain things because it's cool and get in with the crowd. Oh, fuck EA, fuck Nintendo, or fuck Sony, or Overwatch is so great, or Overwatch sucks. I mean, I've been part of all of it, and I mean, some of it it's in fun, and some of it, it's because they get fucking tired and fed up with the bullshit. But man, the fucking gaming community turns on each other so fast. I mean, I don't really want to talk about what happened in Jacksonville. I mean, we, at on the podcast, if you listen to it, if you don't, that's fine. But we kind of, we had a statement. I mean, we weren't going to go into a big discussion, and I'm not going to go into a big discussion on the incident, what happened at all. But this rant is kind of, it's a mixture of things over the last few days. One of them being the way the community just shits on one side or shits on the other, and they gotta fucking be negative. There's so much out there to be positive about and be thankful and happy about regarding gaming, but yet people always gotta be fucking pieces of shit. I'm gonna come back to this thing about Jacksonville and EA here in a moment, but I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna talk about just the way people treat each other right quick. And I was in a conversation or in a thread on Reddit where they were talking about the DLC announcement for the new Spider-Man game, which I can't fucking wait for Spider-Man. And they're announcing the DLC is coming out like October 23rd. I don't have the date right in front of me. I could pull it up if I want to go back to it, but that's not important. People were fucking freaking out. Oh my god, they fucking announced DLC before the game's even out. If this was EA, everybody'd fucking hate them. Blah, I guess it's okay because it's a Sony exclusive. Like, the fucking negative comments and the fucking just people being just bitchy and moany and just crying about everything in the fucking comments. And it's like, well, what you get for fucking pre-ordering and blah, blah, this, and don't pre-order, and the games will just get shitty. And, like, I got into a conversation with a fella, and he was just ridiculous. Yes. Pre-ordering, I've talked about it. I pre-order. But the thing with me is I'm in Canada and games are $80 fucking a piece. So if I can pre-order at E3 sales or whatnot through Amazon or Walmart, whoever has a deal on, I'll fucking pre-order a game to save myself $30. And if you don't like that, then I don't fucking care. That's why I do it. I mean, yes, I'll pre-order a game that I really, really want because, okay, like Red Dead Redemption, I'm not going to lie, I pre-ordered it. I actually pre-ordered it back at E3 like 2 years ago or whatever it was first available for pre-order, but I'm canceling that one and I pre-ordered it on PlayStation because I did want the extra edition. I did want the other stuff that comes with it. I want that stuff. That's my prerogative. If you don't want to do that and you don't want to pay for that, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Do what you want to do. If you want to pre-order every special edition ever fucking released, fill your boots, man. If you want to work 40 hours a week and then have to work fucking 40 hours overtime to afford your habit, that's your prerogative. It does not affect me. I have a problem with pre-orders for early access to the game when they can just release it early for everybody. I've talked about that before. If you want to, there's a rant about it versus pre-orders and special bonuses. I don't have a problem with pre-orders as long as the content does not becomes a pre-order to win. But as the community turns on each other and they bitch, it's because it's the Sony exclusive, people aren't going to bitch and complain. The fucking thread on the PlayStation 4 subreddit was full of people fucking bitching about it and complaining and shitting and downvoting everybody that was positive about it. I'm happy they announced it. I have not bought this season pass for Spider-Man. I haven't. I saved $30 when I pre-ordered through Amazon. So, yes, I'll likely take that $30 I would have spent on the full copy of the game and I'll buy the DLC, which benefits me. I mean, I'm happy they announce shit and give dates instead of just, oh, we're gonna release random content at random times. Like, let me know when it's gonna be coming out, so I know whether or not I'm gonna spend the extra money to buy the season pass and have to wait like fucking 6 to 8 months to get my first round of DLC. So that's it for that. People just need to fucking relax and stop fucking complaining, because the DLC announcements for games happen before game releases all the fucking time. Now, we're going to circle back here. I am actually, I have shitty things to say about EA like everybody else does. But, you know, I don't know. I don't want to, I just not want to be my talking point. I don't want it to be about Jacksonville, but it is about Jacksonville. EA announces Jacksonville tribute live stream to raise funds for Jacksonville shooting victims. And EA will contribute $1 million to victims' families. So EA is, everybody hates them. Everybody has a reason to, apparently. Everyone has to hate them. You can't like EA. But this is a reason to like EA. Or at least give them a little bit of respect in this particular topic. So I see this announced on Reddit an hour ago. Roughly to my recording of this. Let me refresh the thread. It's been an hour ago. So this was just posted, and I'm like I said, I started reading the comments, and I know I shouldn't read comments on Reddit 90% of the time, but here it goes. And I'm not going to name any names, and I'm not going to read all the comments, but one of the comments, and it's the top one right now, it says, "What a sincere and humble gesture from EA. Respect." I mean, if you want to read the thread, I'll link this tweet in the description. I'm not reading the whole thing. But or maybe I will. Let's do that. Let's read it. Let's go through it. And you be the judge. Jacksonville tribute fund and live stream. The events last week in Jacksonville will impact the gaming community forever. We won't begin to understand the pain so many are going through, nor do we pretend to have all the answers that will help us through the healing process. And I mean, they go on to say it, and here's what they say at the bottom. And I'm just going to skip through to it, and it says, "We would also like to help by bringing the gaming community together and uniting in play through the Jacksonville tribute live stream next Thursday, September 6th. We've heard so many of you that you would like to support the victims and to show that this horrific event will not define us, but only serve to make our community stronger. We're already working with many of you to help make this happen through the live stream. We will share more details soon." But they are giving $1 million. EA has given $1 million to the victims, the families and the victims of this tragedy. And also a live stream where people can contribute. I mean, I don't live in the United States. I don't live in Florida. I mean, I'm a gamer. This fucking rattled me. And I mean, it rattled up my friends. It's just sad. But EA is stepping up. I mean, they're coming out and saying, look, we understand that, they're not at fault. I mean, EA is not to blame in any of this. So they've stepped up, and yes, okay. People are automatically going, oh, it's a fucking PR stunt. I don't care if it's a PR stunt or not. It's $1 million they're contributing to these people. But the thing is, the comments are just fucking ridiculous. Like, let me was like, there's people saying, "Well done, it's nice," and they're throwing in, they're being, the passive aggressive, the backhanded comment. EA is nice after all. I guess the DLC money is going to a good place, and then there's the crack about loot boxes and everything else. But then the comments get negative. One of them is, "Nice gesture, but I'd hold off until they share more details very soon. I'll be disappointed if they have some fine print and asterisks that may echo what happened with Mike Forgery and Warner Brothers' The Shadow of Mordor." I mean, anyone familiar with that train wreck? And I mean, it was a mistake made, and they corrected it. But there was mistakes made, and I mean, people were blaming Warner Brothers right off the bat, and I mean, it was a train wreck. And then there's PR move, but still it's nice to see EA doing something decent for literally the first time ever. Like, it's just, people got to be fucking negative. I mean, isn't there enough negativity regarding this whole incident? And, and it says, "I'm extremely happy with the end result. This is a great thing to do after it was a terrible thing. But make no mistake, EA doesn't give a shit. This is just them trying to repair their image from all the negative PR." What negative PR? This is not EA's fault. EA, yes, it's an EA sanctioned event, but nowhere at all is EA at fault for this. Nowhere. In my mind, they're not at fault for this. The individual that was a fucking flaming piece of shit that went into place with a gun is the fucking person to blame, not EA. So, I mean, and then it's like, people are kind of rallying back, and it's like pretty sure they give a shit about 2 murdered kids and 10 other injured. Only an imbecile would think otherwise. So this individual that thinks that, EA doesn't give a fuck and just doing this for PR is an imbecile. I agree. Next comment that's downvoted to oblivion. Thankfully, there is some people that are that are kind of sticking up for what's going on here. And PR 101, they have no choice, but by all means celebrate the kind and generous hearts of the EA executives. They do have a choice. They did not have to do this. They were not forced by anybody to give $1 million. They could have just hosted a live stream and had some like personalities come out to to make to kind of bolster the event itself. They didn't have to just hand out $1 million. Yes, EA is worth a hell of a lot more and they can contribute more to $1 million, but they didn't have to do anything. It's just fucking, it just saddens me that people have to take something good that EA is trying to do in the face of a tragedy and fucking shit on them for it. What the fuck is wrong with people? Like I said, this was 2 different topics, but it all circles back around. Is why do people need to attack other people for what they believe, what they want to do with their own money, and what they do in the face of tragedy? I mean, I guess I don't know. I just frustrated. I'm just frustrated that people are just fucking assholes. Stop being assholes. Plain and fucking simple. Stop being assholes.